Hello, this is T-sHz and yet again another video. This time it's another unboxing video. Haven't done one in a little while because I haven't really pre-ordered any games recently. This one is for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. This is the limited edition, the Steelbook, and the figurine at the same time. Bought it off Nintendo UK store. In most places where you could purchase it, like pre-order it, they either came only with the Steelbook or only with the figurine with the normal retail version. I happened to get both because Nintendo UK official store was doing such a thing for about the same price, which is a bargain. Got it on a day before the European release, which is awesome. I didn't expect that. I only expected to get it on the first day. Anywho, as you can see, you'll notice that I've already taken off the sellotape sealing it because, to save a bit of time, and on top of that, I only have my left hand to open it. My ugly left hand. And using the right hand to hold this very camera. Don't have a tripod. So without further ado, let's start with the unboxing and see what it exactly looks from the third perspective, because I've only seen like images of it online when it's available. It comes with this online bubble to make sure it's alright. Oh, it came with free giant bubble wrap. Anyway, here it is. That's what it looks like inside. Looks awesome. Oh, what's this? That's the figurine itself. Just button up there. Yep, I have the Alpha Sapphire version because I'm more of a Kyogre than a Groudon person. I only played Pokemon Emerald, so I never played Ruby and Sapphire. And yeah, that's a very boring little anecdote there. So this is the Primal Kyogre, which is the primal reversion version of bit of a tongue twister, of Kyogre that you could get in Alpha Sapphire. Can't wait to open this. In the meantime, before I get to that, let's look at the case itself. Nice sort of plastic case. Obviously it's plastic, but there it says it's the Steelbook. Sorry, it's a bit blurred. There we go, it's focused. For the 3DS. Nice dark blue, which Kyogre is usually sort of a lighter blue. The back looks pretty identical to the one in the retail. Well, no brainer there. Sorry, if you can hear that, that's my dog. That's, well, not my dog, it's my sister's dog. Didn't want the little mutt. He's 13. It's quite tightly fastened, so apologies if, I take a bit of time. Fortunately, that wasn't the case. Open it here. Sorry, this stopped focusing again. Blimmin' iPhone. Nice and shiny. It reminds me of a holographic card, the Pokemon trading card game. It's got like sort of a cropped version of Kyogre, Primal Kyogre there. Nothing on the side. But it looks very similar to Crackdown 2 Steelbook, which is also not very common, which I have. Oh, sorry. Don't worry, I'm not drunk. Well, you're probably not worrying. So yeah, it's a nice shiny effect there. Yeah, it's quite shiny, but earlier I said it's holographic. It appears that the dots are holographic rather than the entire thing. But sorry, it's a nice sort of metallic covering. Feels surprisingly light for a Steelbook. Yeah, it's quite light. But then again, all that's in there is the game itself, which should be what's not there. It's probably, maybe it's, oh, silly me, that's just the case. What was I thinking? But the inside of the case looks really cool. You got Groudon and you have Kyogre fighting against, well, supposedly fighting against each other. So yeah, I guess this is optional, but it's nice to really have sort of it's a nice little sort of collector's item. And there's the game itself in the plastic case, just in case, you suddenly dislike this one and want a bit of a more change, more of a regular case. And like I said, it's very similar to yeah, the cases, the other cases back. As usual, it's in the stupid annoying plastic cover. I would take it off, but I will do that in a second, so bear with me on that. Yeah, oh, starting to feel quite loose and sort of not very stable already. But maybe it'll be better once everything's inside, like the game and the manual and stuff. Now let's look at Kyogre itself. Yep, I guess we'll have to go to a quick cutaway. because, you know, I'll find it really difficult to open it with one hand. So, cut away. And we're back. Managed to open it, only took a few seconds because, you know, well, a few seconds is still quite long. Oh, so I thought it was going to be a little bit bigger, but yeah, that's pretty awesome. And it's upside down, that won't help. So this is the figure itself. Very nice dark blue. I thought it was going to be translucent, but parts of it are only translucent, like the bottom of the mouth here, if it'll focus. Doesn't seem to want to, but this silver mouth part is translucent. It's a nice little colour here. Quite light as well. It's got a little, I think that's the hole at the bottom where the stand should be. There's the little sort of a plaque stand thing at the bottom. If I just place it somehow, bear with me a second. Me stupid. Well, anyway, that's probably what it should look like, or the other way. A little funky there. Yeah, it might actually be broken. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any fastening. You can see the sort of greyish sort of seal thing where it's supposed to be, and the heavier part here is yeah. Hopefully it's not broken. Maybe I'm just missing something else. There's nothing else in this. But as I said, like yeah, I don't think many people have this except for those who bought the limited edition. So it's a nice little collectible. I'll just have to place it like that, right there. Yeah. So overall, it's a light, not cheap feel, but you know, a lot lighter and smaller than I expected it to be. I thought it'd be just like maybe a few millimeters bigger, or maybe even a centimeter bigger, but still, it's something that looks pretty funky. I like it, and the Steelbook as well. And now there's the least interesting part, which is finding out what is inside this plastic casing. So another cutaway. Hello, and I'm back again. Finally got that stupid blimmin' plastic stuff all over it. That's always annoying to open, to get rid of rather. And let's open this and see what's inside. Probably typical stuff. Yeah, obviously you got like previews of other games you could get for the 3DS, some of which I already have, like Super Mario 3D Land, Golf Tour, I think it's called. World Tour rather, is cheap. Got those two, Pokemon X and Y and Omega Ruby. Heard Link Between Worlds is awesome. Yeah, so yeah, that's boring. You don't want to look at that. Let's look at some other stuff. I don't think anybody reads that. Important information, blah blah blah. And yeah, we got the Club Nintendo pin to get a few points online, so we could get maybe enough points to buy some decent stuff, like the Hanafuda cards I have, and cases and what have you. Yeah, that's kind of bad. I was hoping maybe there was a card for, like, if you bought like the Pokemon X and Y, you got like a little card saying you can enter this code to get a Torchic. Doesn't really seem like there's one here. It's kind of an odd design for a 3DS cover. Inside case. Holes. And you can feel the paper of the covers. I don't think I've ever seen that before in a 3DS game inside the case. Never mind, there's the game itself. Make sure I got the right one. If I get a Mega Ruby, I wouldn't be pissed off, but you know, I paid for a Mega Alpha Sapphire, and here it is. Yep, just like the rest. It's not like with other games where it's like black or clear, not clear, like sort of different color, typical white. Alpha Sapphire. And I think that looks like everything in this bundle. So I got the steel case, the Steelbook rather, of Alpha Sapphire, in this cool sort of bigger sort of, just double check, nothing else is in there. This sort of more sturdier plastic box that came with the Steelbook. The model, the little figurine of Kyogre. If you bought Omega Ruby, you would have got Omega Ruby, the Primal Groudon model figurine. Please, if you're watching this, let me know if it is supposed to be like this, and if I'm doing something wrong, maybe it fastens in some way, or maybe it's a magnet, I don't know. but I think it's most likely it broke. In the package as well, in the packet that it came in. Maybe I should have been a bit more careful. Maybe it was my fault. Maybe it was, you know, like the people who didn't check carefully enough. Whatever it is, you know, at least I have it, and I could just gently place it on there, on a flat surface, and there you go. That's pretty funky. A bit cheap, not cheap, but just sort of feels light and small. But I gotta say they did a good job with it overall. And the case, the regular case, if you want to use that one, and the game itself and the books that came with it. You know, typical stuff I don't bother to read. And there you go, that's me unboxing Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, or Omega Ruby if you're in Imagination Land. Yeah, and that's pretty much it, I think. Let me know if I have missed something, if, you know, I've missed some details. Like, comment, subscribe. And also check out some of my other videos. I'm currently doing a few playthroughs of Binding of Isaac Rebirth. I talk some garbage, but you know, I'm now using MSI Afterburner instead of Fraps. Hopefully the gameplay will be a lot smoother and just probably not as crisp, but just run a bit better. Because when recording with Fraps, the frame rate does dip after just like 10 minutes. And my computer is not powerful enough to deal with all that hard drive, you know, the size of the videos with Fraps is like 100 gig for like 30 minutes. It's ridiculous. But with MSI Afterburner, it's like 20 gig for 30 minutes. So a lot better. Anyway, enough of that. Hope you enjoyed the video. As I said, like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time. Unboxing Alpha Sapphire. Can't wait to play it. Sweet. Awesome. Indeed.